Sure. Gee, you know an awful lot of tricks. You're not a professional magician, are you?
No, I'm not a magician.
Previously on Citizen
You
Chem.
just saved yourself 2,000 API calls because
Yeah.
you can actually drill further into relationships, but that's for the next time.
That's for next time. I'm excited.
And the next time is now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are we doing?
Where we stopped last time, we were talking about the expand. You were curious how far we can take it. I think you mastered nested expand all by yourself,
I did.
but
It was painful.
you're still a bit confused how to navigate those relationships.
Yeah. And how
Okay.
far can one expand within one's expand?
Well, it turns out that if you go in a certain direction, there is no limit, but if you go in the other direction, you fall off the edge very quickly. So let's do a simple one. So we were talking about these ideas and challenges. So challenge can have multiple ideas. Each idea can have multiple team members.
Yep.
Right. So let's start with the example inside how I can navigate forth and back given something. How can I figure out what else? Right.
Yeah.
I can do. So let's start, for example, with the team member and go up to find out which idea they're working on and
Yep.
go up to see which challenge was
Challenge.
the originating challenge of that idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and what we are going to do is instead of the manual flow, which is going to do on selected record.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll build a new flow, and what it means on selected record. So if you go on selected record, is that the flow will appear as a command on a menu,
Yeah.
right?
To
It's
run
like
the flow.
manual workflow. Remember that? Workflow always had the record to run on. It had to have
On-demand workflows.
on demand. So think of it as on demand flow, except you run it against a specific record. And Dataverse is not the only place where you can do that. You can do it in SharePoint
Yeah.
on selected record in SharePoint, or you can do it even in Excel on selected
Rows.
row in Excel. So when you select a row, the command will appear in the flow and you say, oh, I want to run that. So you see for selected file in the SharePoint, for selected message in Teams, right?
Ew.
Here's the trick though. It's a common data service / Dataverse connector. This is not current environment connector.
Yeah.
I think they're planning to merge, but for now you have to use this Dataverse / CDS connector without the current environment. So that's the only kind of downside. I hope these connectors will kind of merge together later on. We do a contact.
Yeah. Because the
And
contact's the team member, right?
we presume the team member. So for now, we want to get the contact plus all the challenges.
Ideas.
Oh, sorry, all the ideas they're working on.
Uh-huh.
Not all the ideas, the idea. It's the way it's designed as one to many. So it's the idea they're working on. Now we can use current environment. That's fine. We can get the record.
Isn't it list records?
No, we're getting the contact records.
Okay. Okay.
Now, when you get this trigger on selected trigger, it's not a bad idea to get the record afterwards.
Right.
Because some of the properties not always come through. Like lookups will not get through. I'm always getting confused. So my rule of thumb is unless I know for sure it's coming through, I'm just getting the record.
Right.
I just want contact, unique identifier. So I'm getting the contact. So let's save it. So we'll go here. I already saved, so we don't have any runs. So we've got to the idea. The idea, which one? This one. This idea had team members. So I'm going to team member,
And your little flow button.
this
There
one.
you go. Let's do it.
Don't you wish it wouldn't go through all these prompts?
Yeah.
Or at least do it once, and after that, it's kind of just run it.
Yeah, just say,
Don't
yeah, I've done it.
prompt me the I already
You can ask
granted
it
all the
3
permissions.
times.
Yeah, just do it. In theory, now when we go in here, and here,
Ta-da.
we have
Everything.
everything, right? But we're saying what we want to do without kind of doing anything else. We want to get one up the originating challenge for the
Yeah,
idea.
so which is So you're going to get through the idea up to the challenge without doing 3 get records.
Yeah, so I don't want to do another get record. I'm just doing the advanced options. Here's the expand now, and I need to get one up. So a clever citizen showed me all fields.
And then just look for the word idea. There you go.
This one, contributors ID. Go ahead and expand contributors ID.
So now we're at the idea.
So now we can test it from the
You're
previews.
using your trigger. Not so speedy now.
It always works. So we got that.
It's right at the top, isn't it? Contributor's name, connected quality control. 1, 2, 3 lines down. There.
Oh, that's right. So it mixed it all together and sorted them alphabetically.
Genius.
This is what it should really look like. So I just copied the output. We did navigate. You see this one? Sample contributor ID. So it drilled down into, let's say, sample idea score. What I can do, something like compose.
George's favorite option.
So if I go and search for score, see?
Yeah.
If you look how it got there, you see it's got body, it's got sample contributors ID, which gets us to the idea, and then sample idea score.
Yeah.
That's property of the idea. I'll show you later on how to get this list under control, because this is insane. Right?
That's, it's pretty hectic.
So it is very hectic. You need to find and imagine name would be everywhere. Like which name? I just type name. Is it address name? Is it nickname? Is it last name? Is it username? Is it first name? Is it assistant name? It's like ridiculous, right? So quite difficult to find things, but you can get to it. So now that's one. Okay, let's get another one. Here's the magic.
Yes, it expand. Hello.
Dollar expand.
So now we want to go up to the challenge.
The parent challenge of the idea. So we want to go to the challenge name. Drill down to all fields. Originating challenge ID. This one. And we say originating challenge ID, right?
Nice. Yep.
I don't know what we want here, but let's say score would be one of them. Idea score. What do we have on
What's on the challenge?
What's on the challenge that we
You can't get to the
close
challenge.
date? No,
Okay,
we can. This is
description.
subform.
Show me the
So-
description.
okay. Let's see if it's there. I bet it's not going to
It's
be
not.
here. Why? Because it never seen this nested expand before. So maybe after the first run, it will be okay.
I like your optimism.
So compose work, that's 8. So how about now? So you're saying description should be on the card.
It's 3 of them. It won't.
Still not there?
Yeah, you can't get it.
So you have to know basically.
If you want to go nested, you've got to go code it yourself.
So
It'll do the first one for you, but anything after that, nah, doesn't want to help.
obviously there is a price to pay for this convenience. It would be based on score. Score it is. So get a record by the sample contributors ID, sample ID score. But we using that one, originating challenge ID
Yeah.
/ sample name. How about that?
If you got the syntax right.
I always get the syntax right.
Oh, really?
If it's wrong, it's syntax fault.
Yeah.
Syntax is wrong. I'm right. So here we go. Boom.
Yay. So humor me this. When you go back to edit, it's still a weird funky blue. If you refresh your screen, make sure you saved, it goes to a nice pretty purple color again. Because the blue one scares me. It feels like I stuffed it up. And now it's pretty and purple.
Purple, and it includes the full expression,
Yeah.
right? It looks like we can get nested expand to work.
Yes.
But the downside is obviously more complex expressions. So,
Yeah, so-
if you're after a single
Easy.
property and you don't feel like getting a record worth it, then by all means. But if getting one extra record is not a big deal, then get this idea record, and then from there you can get to challenge or get to. The point is that nested expands are possible, but you have to deal with them by hand. So they're kind of weaponized.
I quite like that you can use an attribute from the non-nested expand to build it for you though, because it pretty much builds all of the query for you at the value that you want, and then you've got to like
Up
expand
until
on it a
this
bit.
one, yeah. And
Yeah.
then you grab this one and off you
Yeah,
go.
so you grab an old one and expand it. So I
Okay.
quite like, I find that accessible enough for me. Like
Okay.
that it'll give me a kickstart. Like I can't stare at a blank screen and start writing code, but if you can give me a kickstart and then I've got to fill in the blanks, I can
Okay.
usually get there.
The other way is obviously to grab the raw output, paste it into something that understands JSON,
Hmm.
and then you get good idea how to navigate. So I get this one and then all the properties. So I know that once the nested object begins, the bracket, I go slash and then I
That's because your
go
brain thinks in code.
this one. I know how the code would work
Yeah.
to deal with that. So once you get it working, it's fine. So, okay, let's try a slightly different example. Navigating, many records where it does save you a lot of time and money
Yeah.
because you're saving on API calls.
Yeah.
But that's for the next time.
That's for next time.
Okay, it's been great. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Until next time.
Il mio cor, don't forget ta 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 ta. Don't get nervous, don't get nervous. Please, let's come back.